How's it going, everybody? RyeSquad here today, and we are back with our Anaheim Ducks franchise mode after just not having a great first round, and I really thought this team was going to be something special. We had the roster to do it, but we just didn't get over that hump. That first round just kind of started dropping games and letting in too many goals and just not getting contributions from guys we thought we would get contributions from. But guys, we will remedy that today as we are at the draft and off season. But before we get started, can we get this video to 15 likes? You guys have been really supporting this series, and I have really enjoyed this Anaheim Ducks franchise, probably more so than most ones I've done, maybe a couple of my expansion franchise, but this has got to be right up there. Also, if you are new, make sure to subscribe because we got a lot of content coming out pretty much daily on the channel, so you guys want to stick around for that. Today's video is brought to you by Expressvpn. Expressvpn has easy-to-use apps that run seamlessly in the background of your computer, phone, and tablet. Don't want your rivals seeing who's at the top of your draft board? Expressvpn lets you surf the web safely without being snooped on by your internet service provider, government, or hackers, or having your personal data like credit card information, account logins, or other sensitive data stolen. Didn't make the playoffs and need something to watch? ExpressVPN allows you to change Netflix libraries and watch shows, movies, and sports that aren't available in your region. Use the link in the description or go to tryexpressvpn.com/RyeSquad for 3 months free with your 1-year package. That's a saving of 49% by using the link in the description. Now back to the video. But here we go, guys. Carolina has won the Stanley Cup. I figured I'd simulate a little bit, save the simulation for you guys. And 71 million is the cap floor, 93 million is the ceiling. Detroit moves up from 2-1, the Rangers from 6-2, and Washington, surprisingly, dropping from 1-3. Everything else looks about normal, and there's the 16th team down there at the bottom, so I believe that might have been included in one of the later patches. Anyway, latest scouting, obviously we can see it's an interesting draft class. I don't know if Jackson Bass, to me, feels like he's going to be a guy that's medium elite and not high franchise or medium franchise, because we have a high top 6 Ricky Cohen right behind him, so I really don't think that he's anything too special. But as we can see here, we're going to be picking pretty late in the round here. There's some elite potential prospects, but really Zachary Watt, the offensive defenseman, looks okay. Similar style to Shea Weber. Shoot pinch actually fits our scheme pretty darn well. I know Vincent LaBelle here is similar to Chris Chelios, but 1 bar medium elite. I'm not sure if he's going to be that good. Scrolling through here, we got a 2 bar medium elite Elliot Crawford, and I'm very inclined to think that he's not an elite player. But scrolling through here, there's not a ton of studs and gems. Well, at our next pick, Ola Larsen here is low elite, 3 years away. It could be something good at bottom 6 maybe at worst. And then we got a couple other guys here that look pretty solid, nothing spectacular. Medium top 9. I'd like to be a little bit better than medium top 9, but it is what it is. Maybe we can take a shot on one of those guys. We see Jayden Williams here, this goaltender. Lacks size, but is medium elite, so he's only 5'11", but hopefully he could grow into something. He's not quite medium elite. We don't know that for a fact. Taking a look by potential, we really only know the top 5-6 guys. Then here, Williams and Filatov at 16. Filatov, center, 3 bar medium elite, 2 years away from the NHL, so he's pretty close to being ready, but I don't think we're going to give up any assets to move up or down in this draft. If anything, we would give up assets to get real players. Retired players, let's take a look, and it is a bunch of big names at the top. Joe Thornton, Jason Spezza, Claude Giroux retires. Wow, at 84. What a career for him. Hits 1,000 points this season. Goligoski retired, Edler retired, Cogliano, Chris Letang is retired, a member of the Columbus Blue Jackets, which feels weird. Ryan Kessler finally retires, Sekera, Ladd, Jack Johnson, Franz Nielsen, Tyler Bozak, Kyle Oposo. Kyle Oposo lasted a lot longer than I think he will in real life. Russell Richardson, Shen, Beagle, Maroon, Roussel. I mean, literally anybody. All these guys, you know of them, right? So it's kind of a crazy year for retirements. Taking a look at goaltenders, Yaroslav Halak, Kari Ramos, Scott Darling, Andrew Hammond. So Yaro Halak is probably the biggest name that has retired. There are some coaches that have retired. Not too concerned about that. And there's some scouts. So that's interesting. We can conduct some pre-draft interviews. So I think I will do that. I think I will ask some of the guys around our pick what they expect to be like LaBelle. If LaBelle is like medium elite, then heck yeah, I'll take him, right? But our scouts actually ranked Josh Couturier Actually, he's only 2 years away and could be an X factor. This kid could be something special. We know he's 2 years away, so we want to ask him some other questions. Things like, what exactly is his playing style? I guess not too much else we can ask him. I guess his strengths and weaknesses, but we already kind of know those. It says he's got no weaknesses. Really, I think it's his skating, if anything. But we could probably be able to tell if we ask him a few questions. So let's go ahead and interview the player. I know this isn't something I normally do, but play style, personality, play style. Yeah, that's what we want to ask him. We already know he's 2 years away from the NHL. His readiness is 2 years, but we'll ask him anyway, right? We know the scouts said 2 years, but we'll ask Josh how he feels. So he feels like he's a two-way forward. Okay, so he could be a two-way forward. His readiness, he should say 2 years. Yeah, 2 years on his ETA. New topic. We'll ask him what his biggest strength is, because we already know it says he's got no weaknesses. So skills, what is our strengths and weaknesses? Let's get to his strengths. And I'm pretty sure they're going to say his shot. Smooth hands. Okay. Because I have the puck on a string. There you go. You might have puck on a string. You never know, but he could be an X factor. Hopefully we unveiled a bit more information about Josh Couturier from the Guelph Storm. Central Scouting ranked him at 23rd, but our scouts think he's much, much better than that. And you can see we didn't quite get much more information, but we know he's a two-way forward. We know, yeah, his one-on-one skills, one of his best. I mean, it didn't really unveil much more. Really, there's nothing else that you can unveil. I wish we could get his potential, but he does like behind the net, which is something good for us. So maybe Josh Couturier, if he's there, is the guy to take at our pick. All right, so one of the next picks we have here, Strombopoulos there, is a guaranteed low elite two-way forward here. So I don't know if I actually want to. I mean, it's guaranteed. Ola Larsen is guaranteed. We know everything there is. He's a superstar X factor as well, so hopefully we can take him. But I think I might want to take Milan Furtok with the next pick after that. Could be an X factor, so let's interview him, see his I just want to know their play styles and their strengths. Milan Furtok, he thinks his strength is he's got to be a skating. Oh, interesting. If he's a defensive defenseman with good skating, that's very rare to find. You never find defensive defensemen that can skate all that well. Usually they've got good physical, usually they've got good defensive category, and sometimes have strong shot. Stay-at-home defenseman, NHL readiness, he says need a few seasons. So we will find out in just a second when we advance past this what he could potentially be. End conversation. Thank you very much for speaking with me, Milan. 3 years away, which is really not that bad considering we're looking in the 40s here, like pick 49. I mean, that could be the guy to go after, right? He's got that 2-bar medium elite. He's 3 years away, 6'4" defenseman there. Holy smokes, big boy. There's also Miller here, like Cody Miller. He's 4 years away, plays like Shattenkirk. We don't know anything about Mikael Skrostins. So I'll just ask him a couple questions, interview him, because it's one of the recommended players at our pick. So we'll ask him what their skills are, again, their strengths. He's very happy to talk about his strengths and weaknesses. What do you consider a strength? It's got to be his skating. Okay, so another guy who thinks he's a good skater. That is the wave of the future, right? Is everybody's going to be a good skater. So someday good skaters will be the norm. Like, you won't find many that aren't good at skating. Anyway, how does he play on the ice? He is a two-way defender. Okay, so can join the rush and still be the first man back. So a solid two-way defender. How ready is he to play in the NHL? Going to need at least a few seasons before I really hit his stride and be competitive in the NHL. So that might mean 3 seasons. That could mean more. Yeah, it says 3 years away from the NHL. So that'll help me get a little bit of information on him. But it's now time to take a look at the NHL Entry Draft, and let's get it underway. The Rangers do want to trade their pick, but I really don't think I want to trade up to 2. Obviously, it would be a ridiculous amount of value to move up to 2. I mean, I might as well make the call and just see what Chris Drury and the New York Rangers want for that number 2 overall pick. They want Santavuori. Yeah, no, you're not getting that. I mean, I could go up to the 38th pick, but I really don't feel like giving up half of these players. Tracy and Lucas Johansson. Sword, no. Sword is going to be, I think, a good player for us. So I don't think I'm going to make any trades. Jacob Slavin is being shopped still. Carlson and Hurdle as well. So let's go actually take a look at the Carolina Hurricanes. Jacob Slavin is 30 with 2 years left. Actually, that should be 1 year left. At 87 overall, he's a really, really good pairing, but he only fits our 3rd pairing, which is a little bit unfortunate. Actually, our 3rd and 1st are the same. We do want to bring Chernak back, though, and we're going to leave Drysdale to grow. Matthias Ekholm might drop off a bit, but not that much, and we still have Hampus Lindholm. We've got plenty of players, guys. I'm not going to overpopulate the defensive core. As you guys can see, we have 17 defensemen and a lot of centers as well, which isn't necessarily the worst thing in the world. So let's just go ahead, simulate to our pick number 25 here. There goes Couturier, the guy I wanted to take. Which is a little bit disappointing, but that might mean there's somebody still there that one of these guys passed on. And wow, some good players here. Hakana for the Tampa Bay Lightning, Vernarski for the San Jose Sharks. Some 70 overalls. There's a good draft class here, and you can see the Sabres probably got the worst player of the bunch here. Murata, a 79 overall. Wow, that's really good for pick 9. And then you guys can see here, Bass was medium elite, but nothing more. All right. So we know we have Vebel, 3 years away. They want us to take him. I kind of want to take Zachary Watt. He's got this scheme that fits. He's medium top 4 defenseman. He's 18. He's 3 years away, which is no big deal. That's really not too bad. Unless there's somebody a little bit closer, right? But we could be giving up on that ceiling if we look for somebody with 2 years away. And now we're starting to get a little too far down. So we'll just go ahead and I think take Zachary Watt. LaBelle, I highly doubt he's going to be medium elite. He looks really good, though, but 1 bar medium elite is not enough for me to go ahead and pull the trigger on it. So we will take Zachary Watt, the safer of the picks, because right now, guys, we don't need to hit those home runs. We've got plenty of talent in the system. We need solid guys that'll come up eventually and just be contributors. We don't need the guys that are going to lead the team because we have a bunch of those already. And I know I would not complain about a medium elite, right? But there we go. LaBelle is 66 overall, medium top 4, but this time we got an offensive defenseman for ourselves that we know fits our scheme. Let's go ahead and sim to our 47th pick. Ola Larsen hopefully will fall to us. No, he won't. And Lorentz. Oh my goodness, Lorentz. A low elite 78. Zach Lorentz. Oh man, missing out on that guy also hurts quite a bit. Furtok looks like he's potentially an X factor, so I think I will end up taking a shot on him. I mean, nobody else really looks like an X factor down here, so why don't we go ahead? Furtok, Milan Furtok, we talked to him before the draft. He's a medium top 6 defenseman and certainly not an X factor. So that is a brutal, I mean, absolutely brutal second round pick. And I feel like this draft class falls off pretty hard. Either way, we still have some picks here. There's Cody Miller here, 4 years away, plays like Shattenkirk, 3 years, 3 years, 4 years, 3 years. Luomala, 3 years away, looks honestly pretty good. As a low top 6 forward, actually, Jaden Williams, we're going to take Jayden Williams. I mean, he's 1 bar away from being medium elite. Even if he's medium starter, I'm not going to complain about that here in the second round. So we'll go ahead and take it. And he is a medium elite goalie. Now, he's got to be a while before we see Jaden Williams actually join the NHL squad. But in the second round, to get a medium elite goaltender is certainly nothing to scoff at. All right, and we got a medium top 9 forward here. Potential low elite defensive defenseman here, 4 years away. This guy's 3 years away, this medium top 9, so I think I'll just take Carter Cleary. But before I do that, let me actually take a quick look down. We have another pick coming up very, very soon, so I will take Carter Cleary. Engeland, let's see what Engeland goes. And he could go to the Toronto Maple Leafs. I have no idea because I wish we just let me see it one more time. Or just string him. Yeah, there you go. He's low top 4 defenseman. Let's go ahead and pick 73 here. We have a couple options here. We got an exact medium top 9, Marcus Oberg, the playmaker, who's 3 years away, which honestly is pretty good. 3 years away, coming out of the, what round are we in? We're in the 3rd round, 3 years for a 3rd rounder. I'm not going to complain about that. Could play in the AHL in a few years. Torsten Hedin, 4 years away, 1 bar medium elite. I know it catches the eye, but there's also Schmaltz here. 3 bar low elite. I think I'll go ahead and end up taking him because, again, it's better than the medium top 9 forward. The shot that we could get a medium or a low elite, Hunter Schmaltz. Hunter Schmaltz is low top 4. Okay, so I don't know how long he's going to take him to reach the NHL, but hopefully it's 3 years as well. We got again a pick in a couple. There's Oberg, 65 medium top 9, so really not terrible. Wilson Estrada apparently has got a great goal scorer and has elite speed. He's got no weaknesses according to my scouts, and we know that for a fact. I mean, I don't know much about him, but if he's got no weaknesses, why the heck not? He's a medium top 9 sniper. I'll take that. 61 overall, medium top 9 with a holy shit. 93 wrist shot accuracy. So, you know what? This is the kind of guy I always talk about. You know, those guys that could just end up grow. He's got great defensive awareness, great puck control. If only his passing and offensive awareness was a bit better. But he's one of those auto-generated guys that has the best stats in the best categories, especially for a sniper, right? He's got surprisingly good defensive awareness, really good puck control, and an amazing shot. So he will sim well and hopefully grow for us and be a steal out of that third round. Speaking of the third round, we're still in it here. There's Jackson Carlos here, who's 5 years away. He's pretty far away from the NHL as a sniper, to be fair. Let's take a look at some of these other guys. Potential enforcer in Maher. I doubt he's an enforcer. 2-bar medium elite goaltender. I don't want to keep just randomly taking goaltenders, but also looked not too bad at first glance. Dumont has no weaknesses again, so we will take the guy with none is his weakness, and a medium top 6 offensive defenseman. Clearly he's got weaknesses, but he's actually, you know what, for a 58 overall, he's not too bad. You know, he's got 75 passing, 71 offensive awareness, and a good shot for a defenseman. Why not, right? It's not the worst pick in the world. Silver linings here and there. Trey Street lacks size, and that's his only weakness, but he's got great playmaking ability, they say. He likes behind the net, too, which is good for us. Paul here has got great offensive instincts, which means he probably's got good offensive awareness. 3 years away, likes behind the net, also 1-bar low elite, so we're going to use the strengths and weaknesses here. And to get a low top 6 sniper, okay, looking good. Now, see, I almost feel like Estrada will simulate better than Paul. Because Estrada's got that puck control, the defensive awareness, and wrist shot accuracy, and the speed even, right off the get-go, that his overall may not look as good, but Daryl Paul is also 20. I did not realize Daryl Paul was 20. He could be a late bloomer. It's not terrible. It's not great, though. We have an option to take Ruslan Coraluk, he's got great work ethic and great shot utilization. I kind of like a guy that's got good work ethic, especially this late. Could be a guy that, you know, comes in later, maybe. This guy's got no weaknesses. Looks pretty... How do all these guys have no weaknesses? What? Why? I thought I was onto something with the no weaknesses thing, but I guess just everybody has got strengths and no weaknesses. I guess we're just trying not to offend anybody. But 8 points in 30-some games is not too terrible, so we'll take him. And he's low top 9. You know what? I'll take it. It's really not too bad. I'm taking a look at these last couple picks here. Alec Drummond, we have nothing actually about him. No weaknesses for this guy. He's got at least, but he's not got any good strengths. How does this guy have no weaknesses? You're going to tell me this 17-year-old who's 5 years away from the NHL, whose scouting says is going to be 201st overall, has no weaknesses? If you're going 201st overall, you got to have a couple weaknesses. I mean, come on, good lord. Shot utilization here for that right winger, medium top 9 potentially. Good character, good work ethic, good shot utilization. He's 18, 3-bar, medium elite. No, he's not. If he's medium elite, Zane Turner, I will do a backflip. He's medium bottom 6 forward, so it's not an inconceivable possibility that he makes it to the NHL someday. But Robert Hedson, we don't know anything about some of these guys. Holden Sutton's got a great work ethic. We like the guys with great work ethic. Oh, this guy's got grit. Physical play. Oh, something tells me he's a 20-year-old. He's never going to make the NHL. Something tells me he's an enforcer. There's Sexsmith down here, too, who's got no weaknesses and a great character. But Antti Antila, get the fins in, baby. Let's get the fins. A- physical. He's got grit, physical play, good balance. 6'3" at 20, 208 pounds. Two-way forward, actually. Medium bottom 6, two-way forward. Oh my god, we have so many picks. I'm just going to take random players at this point. Quirk, no. Do we know anything about anybody else here? Or is it only Sexsmith? I'm pretty sure. Oh, we know something about Hutchinson and Rafalski. Rafalski, I mean, this guy's got a character concern. No, we're going to Dave Rafalski. 5 years away from the NHL. X Factor? Low 7th defenseman, not an X Factor, but really not too bad. Low 7th defenseman, could be somebody good for the AHL someday, and that's going to be it. The Florida wants to trade Mr. Relevant Nielsen there, but I'm not going to bite on that. I'm not going to take the 7. No reason to trade for that 7th. All right, so we have the expiring contracts of Jackson Hatcher, our associate coach, and a bunch of scouts. and then a bunch of free agents. So, coaching staff, we can go ahead and sign some of these guys. Yeah, if he wants to be an associate coach, he wants to be a head coach, I will give him just a ton of money to hopefully stay on as our associate coach. I would love him to stay on as associate coach because he's been here, but at the same time, if he thinks he's got a shot at an NHL gig, I don't want to step in his way. We'll just, just offer the scouts exactly what they want. Why did we start? Oh, did I not go all the way up? Whoopsie. There's so many scouts that need to be re-signed, but thankfully they just kind of accept the contract you offer. And without owner mode on, I don't have to balance the budget and find like cheaper coaches or take it out of certain salary or arena promotions or arena upgrades and be able to, it's just this is such a simpler process, guys. We will get to the players right now. I believe we have not signed Cernak yet. I believe we just looked at what contracts he would want. And there's Anze Kopitar, who's an 87, actually. He's an 87 first-line forward. I don't want to bring him back. I'm sorry, but I don't want to bring back Anze Kopitar simply because we've got other guys that want to be here. Getzlaf does not want to come back. Getzlaf finally does not want to be a member of the Ducks. He probably is not happy with where we played him last year, and I don't blame him. Cernak here, 3 years at 5.6. Let me see if I can get him at 3 years at 5.5, but that is a beautiful contract. Let's just take a look at the entire system. Do we want to maybe play Lilia? I mean, Eriksson Ek is it's probably not time for Lilia to play yet, and Makaniemi can probably not be an AHL starter. So we'll offer a contract here to Eriksson Ek, 2 years, two-way contract. Really not going to hurt me, but you guys can see taking some swings on goalies. Julkinen is a 57, and Jayden Williams there is a 48, but they do have potential to be something for our future. Taking a look at the team, we got Drysdale and Lindholm, Cernak, Ekholm. We're going to sign Sword, who's a UFA. We're going to sign him to his ELC, and that's exactly why I waited. And now we have to determine, do we want to bring up maybe Axel Andersson to play instead of Gulli or Lucas Johansson? Gulli's been around for a few years now. He's been good. We know where does he fit? I don't remember where he fits, but I know Lucas Johansson did not exactly do phenomenally in the playoffs. I want to say in the playoffs, yeah, it was a -4 in 6 games, so that's pretty bad. Not gonna lie. I just don't know if I even want to qualify these guys. I think I might. Roy, we traded for him. He wants a one-way deal. I don't know how I feel about Roy playing in the NHL. There's also McDonald here. So I think we will probably let both Gulli and Johansson walk and have Sword and maybe Anderson. Or maybe McDonald, right? We got Matt McDonald, who we took in the first round, 16th overall. And he looks like he's pretty much ready to come to the NHL. And he's an X Factor, right? He's got 1T and elite edges. So I honestly do think I will wait. I will not release them just yet, just in case Cernak wants to pick a fight here. And we don't have, 2 years. Oh, on a one-way deal? How about 3 years at, 1.8 million? That's committing pretty heavily to Anderson. We'll go 2 years. We'll give him the same kind of deal as like a Gulli. You guys can see 8 years, he would still not be an RFA. That is just bugged. That is glitched. So I don't know why that does that, but but in the AHL, you get a McDonald, Henriksen, Benoit, Zellweger, and then Yoshi, and then probably not going to be Watt, but I will Pattern. Hopefully will come back for another year. He's 34 years old. And then we'll give Yoshi an option, right? He's low top 6. Defensive defenseman could be somebody maybe. That career AHLer, we drafted him, right? I hate the fact that I don't give my guys that I drafted options to stick around. We're going to give those guys contracts, right? He's 19, 65. He may not be anything Ray McCutcheon, but it doesn't hurt to give him the chance, right? So we take a look at the forwards now. We'll go up to the top here. We'll take a look at the lines as they are. It's Zegras, Raquel, Santavuori, Kopitar, who I am going to release because I am done with Kopitar. He absolutely bombed in the playoffs, and I don't care if he's an 87, he's gone. Strome, Krebs, Vesalainen, Comtois, Steele, Getzlaf. Getzlaf does want to leave, so we will release Getzlaf begrudgingly. Perreault, Gruel, McTavish. Stenlund does not want to come back, which is fine. But then Tracy wants to come back. He's medium top 6. Does not need to go through waivers. He is medium top 6. We will qualify him, offer him a contract of 3 years. Oh, beautiful. If he does end up growing, then we got a steal on the contract there. Danny O'Regan can come back. Bemstrom, I wonder if Bemstrom wants to be in the AHL. No, he wants to be in the NHL on a pretty sizable contract too. And I really think we've got our 12 skaters, right? Raquel, Santavori, Zegras, Strome, Krebs, Vesalainen, Comtois, Steele, Perreault, Gruel, McTavish. I guess Bemstrom, or maybe Tracy. I'd like to give Tracy the opportunity to play in the NHL as a 78 overall, so I think we will let Bemstrom walk. I just do. Then in the AHL, we've got Luoto, who's actually not doing too poorly. Wants an NHL level contract? Does not want an extension. You can walk. I'm sorry, buddy. You're a 76. Get out of here. We have Järvinen here. Hannu Järvinen, who we did draft ourselves in the 4th round in year number 1, is an insane playmaker. I mean, absolutely insane. So we will give him his ELC. Do we want to bring back Lind? I guess we'll bring back Sam Povali. Maybe do we bring Lind in and let him play in the AHL for a year? I think we will. You know, he's a 70. That's going to be my cutoff. He's 19 and 70. Pete Montgomery, we drafted him in the 1st round. I'm going to give him a contract. I'm just going to let him play in the AHL. Right? I'm not... Oh, he can't play in the NHL. He's in the CHL, I think. But he is turning 20, so maybe? I have no idea. I don't know how all of that works. But we are going to... Landon McCallum, I will sign him, let him play in the AHL. He's going to take forever to get to the NHL if he ever does get to the NHL. And then Roney here, probably going to release him as well. Everybody else down here, we'll have to fill out the AHL with some veterans. But we should not be in a cap crisis even next season. We'll have to see it on the 1st. Chernak is back. Let's go. Pattern's back. O'Regan. Eriksson Ek is back. Pete Montgomery signed. Sapavali. McCallum, Lind, I can't believe I just butchered all their names, and Graham Sword. Braden Tracy is also back, so is Axel Anderson, Ray McCutcheon, Kenneth Yoshi, Hannu Järvinen, and look at that, guys. So, like I said, I've been sticking to a plan of just you know, we draft and develop here. We just do. We are going to give time to our youngsters, even in the AHL, especially the AHL, right? We don't need to win the Calder Trophy. He's not interested, so Jackson Hatcher's not interested. Ava Sparks is back. Luis Robida. But yeah, like I said, we're going to just give opportunities to the younger guys. We're going to get prospects, get picks, and get people that can come in and step in on cheaper contracts, grow them. We can get, you know, maybe somebody breaks out with their work ethic, right? Who knows? Guys like Estrada and them that were taken later on in the draft, not our 1st round picks, but Landon McCallum really seems to be stop the sim. We will release Gooley and Lucas Johansson to free agency as much as you know what? We're going to qualify them and then look to move them on. I don't want them because we got Sword and Anderson's got a chance to grow. So does Matt McDonald too. I mean, 20 years old might give him the chance over Axel Anderson, but whoever does seem to grow the best will end up getting that position. So advance today. We need an associate coach, which I will go ahead and take a look at. Speaking of, currently you have 36. At the beginning of the year, you will have 37. So we do need to sign some AHL players. Taking a look at the forwards, I think, is where we need to sign players. Like defensemen, we know it's Chernak, Drysdale, Lindholm, Ekholm, Sword, Anderson. And then McDonald with Henriksen, Pattern, Benoit, Zwegler, and Yoshi, which is fine. But if we take a look at the forward core, Raquel, Santavori, Zegras, Strome, Krebs, Vesalainen, Comtois, Steele, Perreault, Gruel, McTavish, Tracy. Danny O'Regan will be in the AHL in the system. We've got then O'Regan, Kindop, Galode, Järvinen, Lind, Montgomery, Sapovali, McCollum, somebody. So we need to sign 4 AHL level forwards, excuse me. Hopefully somebody that can play in the bottom 6 there, or give us a little bit of a boost. But Mark Scheifele's a free agent. Same thing with Elias Pettersson, but Elias Pettersson is a restricted free agent. Toffoli, Wheeler, Jesse Poole-Dujarvi, who isn't a restricted free agent. Sorting by overall, you can see there's some guys down there. Kopitar's already got one team interested in him, and it's not us, I can guarantee you that. Radulov wants to be a first-line forward, but really, I don't think we need to go out and sign anybody spectacular. I really don't. Let's take a look at forwards. 2-way contracts. Bergen, this guy is an RFA. I will offer him a contract. No guarantees he does decide to join Detroit. No picks required. I'm going to offer sheet him for sure. Kiefer Bellows and power forward is pretty young. Give him a deal there. Fortier, there's Chumlevsky, who's an RFA, but like, really, guys? Like, it's not Detroit. We're just going to steal all Detroit's players if they don't want to sign them. And this is why I'm going to look to trade our players. Mateos, 24-year-old medium top 9 Fortier. Sure, why not? I don't want to take too much time away from all of our guys here, but we just signed 4 guys. I mean, 79s and 80s. They're guys that are on the cusp. They're not really the depth options. I'm not really thinking too much about their overalls, but we will find a trade for our defenseman that we do want to trade. But yeah, I probably should not have signed so many high overall guys. Brendan Goulet's got some actually decent value. Finding a trade for him, we can get a second from Boston, a second from Boston, a second from Boston. Alex Killorn, no thank you. DiPietro, wow, that's a pretty good contract for DiPietro. I don't need Duchesne. I'd rather have the second from Boston. What the heck? Lindgren. Ryan Lindgren, who's not signed, and I mean, we could use him, but we needed him last year in New York. I don't need him this year. Let's keep looking. Third round picks all around. Tulio, Chubarov, thirds, a second from Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, did they make the playoffs? I think they did. I don't think they had any struggles this year, but Boston, 2025, that I believe is next year's draft. Yes, it is. So 25, a second and a fourth. And Boston's offering a second and a 7th. So we'll do the second and a 4th, because why not? You never know how they're going to perform. Do the second and a 4th for Brendan Goulet. I mean, we're just swapping defensemen, right? We took Chernak. We'll give him Goulet. A little bit of a IOU, I'm sorry, I guess, for Tampa Bay here, for stealing their defenseman Chernak. But second round pick and a 4th round pick is beautiful for Goulet, who's on the team, but not on the team. Can we maybe take a look at that again? Brandon Goulet is still on the team, and I don't think I have Tampa Bay's second. I don't know why they can't end up taking him. Do I have Tampa Bay's second and 4th? No, I don't. So I would like those, please. Please give them back to me. Second and 4th. Proposed trade. League approved. What? You aren't offering what Tampa Bay is... Excuse me? You guys offered this deal. So you called me and said, let's do this deal, and then declined it? Really? Too far off? Are you serious? You guys were offering me this trade earlier. Oh my god, dude. Seriously? All right, you know what? I'm going to go in to find a trade again and see if that's just a bug or a glitch. But I hit accept trade, and they were like, nah, actually, on second thought, we don't want to do that deal. I will go to edit trade here, a second and a 4th, edit trade, and then I'll hit propose trade. Oh my god. Okay, all right, fine. Boston it is. We're going to get a second and a 7th from Boston. Why would they offer that to me if they weren't willing to do it? Right? Why would they even bother offering it? It's rejected? I mean, I thought a second was a little bit much, but like, you guys offered it to me. I don't understand why offer it to me if the AI's just not gonna like just block it. They're just gonna veto it. What the hell? Accept the trade there. Goulet's still on the team. They just said no. What the hell? Oh my god, that's crazy. Oh my goodness. I'd also like the Colorado Avalanche, a 3rd and a 4th. We'll take that. They said no again! Oh my god! What is going on here? I can't get a trade to go through. We'll call Tampa back. We'll probably see if we can get the 3rd out of Tampa for Goulet. And just a 3rd, right? A 3rd for Goulet sounds fine to me. What do they have draft pick wise? They don't have a 3rd. Okay, so Boston maybe. I know Boston wanted him, and we get him out of the conference even. So we'll take the 3rd for Brandon Goulet. Probably can get like a 3rd and a 4th for Brandon Goulet. Trade accepted. All right, so we had to make our own deal here. And I think I'll just make my own deal here for Lucas Johansson, who is probably, yeah, worth less. But Buffalo wants him. Let's see, Buffalo. We'll send him there. I mean, do they need him, though? Do Buffalo need him? Yeah, it's not the end of the world if they get him, right? They don't really have any other defensemen, right? They need another defenseman to play. They need a defenseman to play on their bottom 6. So they don't have a 3rd, though, which is kind of what I'm hoping to get. Carolina Hurricanes are sellers. They don't have any picks. Oh, my goodness. All right, and the Colorado Avalanche, we'll see if we can get their 3rd for Lucas Johansson. That looks pretty close. Yeah, it's too far off. So really, I don't think we're going to get anything special. Rookie skaters, do they have anybody, like any prospects that I want to get my hands on? Maybe Scatchard? Lewis Scatchard, a first-round pick of theirs in this past year. I would take him. He's signed to his ELC. He's playing in the CHL. Oh, God, he's way higher value. I did not even look at how much more value he had. Is there anybody that they may be sleeping on? Foudy here, Jean-Luc Foudy. Could be, honestly, is not a terrible player at 72. He's not good. Okay, you know what? We're going to take a 4th-round pick and a 5th and just be happy with it and go home and say, thank you, Colorado. Goodbye. All right, so we did trade the 2 players we wanted to trade. I do need to sign a new coach, associate coach, and hopefully one that is going to help our forwards out quite a bit. Associate coach, specializing in forwards, with good teaching, A- teaching here, specializing. Newble, Kelvin Newble. Is this is not the guy that we had once before, right? Okay, no, the name is just very familiar. I'm not entirely sure why, but associate coach. I don't have a budget, right? I'll just give him money. And he's a B. He's really good. He specializes in forwards and hopefully will help guys like Santavori, Zegras, McTavish, Perreault, all of those guys grow. Advance a few days here. He's happy to join the team. Love to see that. Love to hear that he's just ready to be here. And we'll just sim to next season. Kiefer Bellows is here. Chumlevsky is not. Fortier is here. Okay, yeah, they signed their ELCs. Tracy, no, get out of here. Stop the sim. Free agency, we do need to sign what? I think like, we need 2 more AHL forwards on a 2-way deal. We'll just go by, I guess, some Ruotsalainen. I'm going to take Ruotsalainen just because I know he's a sniper, he's a saber. In real life, he plays for the team. And Kiefer Sherwood. Kiefer Sherwood, yeah, I had class with this kid once, so I'm going to sign him. So there we go. That's how I make my decisions. Very, very professional and statistically based. Absolutely no nepotism or anything like that here, or biases. There we go. All right. So we are all set to get the season underway. If we could decline all these trades, I don't want any of them. I like the guys that I have. Thank you very much. They want to trade me Jesse Puljujarvi, but I don't want to give him a contract. Decline trade. Oh my God. Please just stop with the trade offers. Stop with the trade offers. I don't even know what they're offering at this point. I'm just spamming decline because what I want to do is take a look at Tero Santavori's contract extension he does not want to talk about. Uh-oh. He wants a lot of money too. I mean, 8 years at 11 million is not bad at all for a player of his caliber. Just considering we don't have anybody else anywhere near that, but I'm not giving up Pete Montgomery for these random players. I mean, I don't want guys on the tail end of their career. Just stop offering me the trades, please. Holy smokes. I've never seen this happen, guys. I've never seen this many trades. Bam, bam, bam. They're just spamming me with trades. And they're guys that I know the names, but I really don't want to get rid of anybody. I don't think we need a superstar or to trade for anybody. Because we're going to take a look at the lines right now, and it's going to look very, very good. Peyton Krebs not on the, there we go. We're just going to move Gruel down. Perreault, Comtois, McTavish, Perreault, Steele. Yeah, actually, you know what? Gruel, McTavish, actually, Sam Steele. Second line forward fits there over Krebs. And I guess we could put Krebs over Perreault, and then Perreault can play center, technically. He's got 75 face-offs, so that's not bad. I just don't know if I want to play Perreault on the second line here, and then I don't want to put McTavish on the 4th line, but I also don't want to put Sam Steele on the 4th line, because Sam Steele has never been good, actually. 4th line Sam Steele it is. Santavori, Zegras, Raquel, Perreault, Strome, Vesalainen, Comtois, McTavish, Krebs. I mean, I can always do this, which I think makes more sense. And then Gruel, Steele, and Bellows. And then scratched, we've got Ruotsalainen, who's an 80 overall, who fits pretty much everywhere. He's a sniper. And then Gabriel Fortier, but those guys are going to go play in the AHL. Defensively, Lindholm, Ekholm. Here we go. Swart and Anderson are a +2, and Anderson, wow, actually is really, really freaking good. Gets us a +2 there. Swart, Anderson, Chernak, Lindholm, and then Ekholm, Drysdale. Let's go in the AHL. We've got McDonald still a 79, still listed as a depth defenseman. Jorgen Henriksen, who we drafted him in the 1st round, defensive defenseman. It's a perfect pairing for McDonald. I mean, absolutely perfect. Ray McCutcheon there as well. I think I'd actually like to give Kenneth Yoshi over Ray McCutcheon, although Simon Benoit, how do I want to do this, right? Yoshi over, Yoshi over Ray McCutcheon, I think. I think I'll play Yoshi over Ray McCutcheon. Yes, still get the +1. Get a +2 if we swap these guys, but not going to happen. All right, offensively, we need to sign... Wow, that many more forwards? Really? I thought I signed everybody. I got to send 2 people down. So we'll go to roster moves real quick. It's Ruotsalainen and Fortier right now, because Bellows is listed as a 4th-line forward. He's a power forward. Gabriel Fortier actually looks better, in my opinion. He's a great skater, great shooting. He's just not as physical and got much better discipline. So I'm going to send Kiefer Bellows and, I mean, I guess Fortier too, and keep Ruotsalainen up. Ruotsalainen is a sniper, but I mean, he doesn't really excel in anything. And on the 4th line, probably want somebody a little bit better. But they're on 2-way deals. They don't have to clear waivers. And then, yeah, we'll go ahead and here, unfilled, scratched players. It is Fortier, substitute in all lines, because why not? And we get a +2 moving anybody else down here. But he doesn't really fit the 4th line. Where does he fit? Nowhere. Okay, great. He fits the 3rd line, so we could flip-flop him and Perreault or McTavish, but I'm not going to do that because these guys... McTavish is somebody that someday is going to hopefully be our 2nd-line forward. With Strome, he's got 5 years left at his 7-year deal. I do have to edit lines in the AHL, best lines it, and just see what we get. Taking a look at the best lines. Ruotsalainen, Tracy's an 80 right now. I mean, I almost want to call Tracy up instead, because Tracy, yeah, you know what? Over Fortier, I think I will do that. Go to roster moves. Tracy's ready to come up. Fortier, not quite ready. Tracy there. Unless you guys think I should leave Tracy to play top line minutes in the AHL, but I don't think that's what I want to do. Right here, we've got scratched, and we play Tracy here, substitute in all lines, and we get the +1. Tracy actually fits pretty much everywhere and fits really well everywhere. So we get a +2, and we not get anything better up there, but that's fine. Take a look at the AHL. We'll best lines it again. Landon McCallum with Järvinen. Kindop, Bryce Kindop is not bad down there. So we do need to sign 2 left wingers, it looks like, to replace Cohen and Ekman Larson. But Ruotsalainen, Bellows, and Sherwood, I mean, that's a veteran line. Max Galode with Danny O'Regan and Gabriel Fortier. Järvinen with McCallum and somebody. And then, actually, it could be Kindop, right? We could do that. Move these guys over here. Hannu Järvinen is actually really good with McCallum and Kindop. So maybe Cohen, he gets a +2 if we move Cohen up. So actually, I don't think Cohen's going to stick around. But we do need a sniper for this line. So that's what we know. Left wing sniper. Sapovali. Moving him up actually gets us a +1. And we just need a whole new 4th line. Or actually 2 players for the 4th line. So defensively, I think we're pretty good. +3 here. Elite edges for Matt McDonald is helping out quite a bit. And Henriksen being a defense, I mean, they fit together so perfectly. I can't wait to see how those guys grow in the AHL. And then in goal, you guys know who it is. It's Gibson and Dostal. Gibson down to an 88, 31. Not on the tail end of his career, but Dostal, 84. Looks very, very good. So glad to see that. Nobody scratched. Those are the lines. Let me know if you guys would do anything different. But that's all the time I have for this one. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more. And I will see you guys in the next one.
It's a free for all.